Hi, Bill here with 30-Minute Woodshop. Thanks for joining. Happy New Year. It's January 1st. I thought we'd start off with a really easy project. Now, I realize that a lot of people don't read books these days, and especially don't read books like, help me out here, cookbooks and things, but I still have a number of cookbooks. And so do a number of my friends. Okay, we're older than the hills. We still use cookbooks, but one of the things, problem is you open the cookbook, right? You lay it on the counter, it's a big mess. It's also kind of hard to read when you get a little older. So you kind of like to have that thing sitting up. So what we're gonna make today is a cookbook stand. Now, super easy. This is like one of those projects you only really need a handsaw and a chisel and some sandpaper, and you can get this done. That's how easy it is. Now, what it is, excuse me. If you look at this, this is leftover from a test piece that I was making for my Advent calendar box, okay? And I was just checking it out because this is a deep, I probably can't get it open now because it's, yeah, probably can't. This is a nice tight fit. But anyway, this is a half lap joint. So one is cut halfway through, the other one's cut halfway through, and you slide them together and you end up with a nice 90-degree. Now, what's really cool about this is if I adjust the tail length, right, that's going to adjust the angle. This is exactly what we're going to do today, only on a much larger scale, okay? So it's going to be kind of cool. Very similar to this, we're going to do a half lap joint through some big wood, and that'll give us the opportunity to actually set up a really nice 20-25 degree back slant, so the book will stay up there. We'll give it about a 2-inch, 2.5-inch margin. So there's plenty of room for the book to slant line. Now, you can also use this for an iPad or whatever, just as easily. So, we always have these available, right? Dimension sketch. You can always find a dimension sketch. Just run down here to 30minutewoodshop.com, okay? Find that. You can explore what I got going. Find the drawing or the sketch. Now, here's the deal with the sketch, all right? This is using stock lumber. And, where's my, what are these? 9 1/4, okay? So, I'm using stock lumber for this. You may want to make this bigger, wider, taller, shorter, flatter, whatever you want to do. Make sure you adjust the dimensions to fit those things that you have, okay? You may want something a little smaller if you're just using an iPad, because this actually is a real good iPad stand to keep your iPad off the counter when you're spilling things and doing that kind of stuff, and it kind of keeps it a little clean. Put it over to the side, easy to catch, easy to read, all right? Same goes for a book. Now, what we're going to do here is I have some material. Put my coffee aside here. I have some material here, and this is a couple pieces of what are these, 14-inch and 14 3/4, 14 1/8. So I got a couple 14-inch pieces of pine here. And I'm going to use these pieces, and I think the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to make this one the top piece, because this is kind of a little bit interesting. These knots are kind of interesting up here. And then this is going to be my bottom piece. Now, this says 13 inches. Whoops. All right, 13 inches for the top, for the stand portion, or the back portion. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to leave it right here at the 14, because that's not all that big when you put a big book on it, and it's going to be about maybe that high off. So yeah, this is going to be my back piece. I'll have to do some sanding on that because it's a little munged up. But, and this will be the stand piece. So I'm going to basically cut 2 slots in these, halfway through this one, halfway through this one, and slide them together, and that's it. Okay? So let's go to the radial arm saw and do some initial cutting on this. Now, let's refrain from that. Let's do some layout first. This is one of those projects where laying out is probably more important than the initial cutting. So come on in here, let's do some layout. Okay, to start with, nothing's really crucial about this whole project. You can do there's a lot of latitude in how you do things. This is going to be my back, all right, where the book's going to rest. This is going to be my stand. That's going to hold the whole thing up. So what I want to do, if I follow the directions, I'm going to come up 2.5 inches. Okay. We'll strike a line. Now, the next thing I want to do is this. I'm going to come in here. I'm using this as my actual thickness. It should be 3/4 or pretty darn close, but you never know. So there we go. I may have to do a little bit of trimming to get this to fit because it probably might be a little on the tight side, but that's perfectly fine. Now what I want to do is I want to find the center of this. Easy way to find a center is to just go ahead from this edge up here. All right, let's see. From this edge up here where I'm touching, I'm going to make this 12 down here. Then I'm going to mark it at 6. That's halfway. That's the middle of the whole shooting match. Okay. We'll mark that. That's going away. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Now, this says only 10 inches, so I'm going to stick with that. I want to cut this off at 10 inches. Okay, next thing I want to do is I want to come in 2.5 inches and do the exact same thing. Okay, and then back to using the wood that I have to mark the dimension. Okay, and using the same technique, I'm going to find the center line from the touch point up here to 12 down here and just mark it at the 6. Okay, and I'm taking out all this. So that's all there is to the layout of this stuff. Now you can sit this in a vise, hand saw this down this line, chisel this out. Same for this one, and you're done. Some sanding, you're ready to rock. I'm going to take this over to the radial arm saw. That's going to cut my sawing substantially. So let's go over there. All right, to finish this up, all I'm doing here, I'm just taking my Japanese style pull saw made by Marples. Actually, I think Irwin makes this now because they bought them out. Then I'll just go ahead and saw it down, and I'm done. And there we go. Do a quick chisel and see how they fit. So I have this set up on a bench hook. That's just so I don't start chiseling away at my my bench. And that came out really nice. Then I'll feel bad about messing up with this bench hook. Now let's give it a shot. Did we get it right? Ho, 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 baby, there it is. Great test fit, okay? Now, a couple things I want to do with this. I want to round these edges. Just gonna get this thing all the way. Yeah, it works out pretty good. Okay. So let me take it to the to my round over bit on my trimmer and round all these edges so that it feels nice. Then I'm going to go ahead and sand. Next thing we want to do is sand. We're using 220 grit on this, a fresh 220 grit, by the way. That'll take off some of the oxidation. You can kind of see here between how white this corner is, maybe, versus the rest of this. So there's some oxidation on this. Take that out. It'll take out the pencil marks and any other imperfections. So I also have to do these edges because this is so soft that the router bit did do a really good job on this. I got to smooth those edges too. So let's go. Okay, this wood is really pale, all right, which is pretty much indicative of pine anywhere you go. But I wanted something a little darker than this. So what I've done here is I've mixed up some paint thinner and some wood Minwax. What the heck is it? It's a special walnut. So I'm trying to get it a little darker, not a lot darker. So we'll see how this works out. So there we go. It's a little bit darker, not substantially, which is actually what I was trying for. When I wipe it off, it'll probably be even less dark. Let's see what this looks like. No, not too bad. So that's not too, you can see the color differential. It's not really dark, it's just a little darker. So I think this is exactly what I wanted. We'll finish this up and hey, we'll top it off with some lacquer or maybe some boiled linseed oil. We'll see. What a perfect project to start the year with. It's one of those projects that's super easy, super fast, all right? Looks really good. And by the way, I don't know about you, but this kind of reminds me of that cartoon character, Roger, I think, on American Dad. A little weird, but goes together really easy. So, let me grab my cookbook. Cookbook fits perfectly on this. Easy to open. Sits there exactly the way I want it to. So I think this is going to be a great addition to the kitchen. All right, it's going to be pretty slick and useful. Again, it's going to keep the cookbook off the counter, out of the dust and the grease and the water and things that are on the counter. You know, all the little spatters and things it gets. So pretty cool little project overall. All right, I think it's done a really good job. I had a fun time making this, and it's very fast. I'll tell you, I was impressed with how quick it goes together. Now, I did put, after putting on the stain, I did put a couple coats of lacquer on this, okay? I think, though, I may come back and put varnish on it later. I'm not certain yet, because varnish is a little more durable around water, that's all. So, like always, you can get Dimension Sketch, like I always tell you. You know, I'm going to close this for a minute because it's hard to see otherwise. Go down here to 30minutewoodshop.com, okay? And then you can go check that out. If you want, you can go down below, hit more, find tools and things that I use, links to other blogs and things that I have. So I think that's it, folks. I had a good time making this. Happy New Year. And if you got something out of this, do me a favor, hit like and subscribe. And until next time, good making.